I think it was
Same as last night.
Before, right? Yeah. I mean, I guess that's my question for you is, it seems as though the White House is trying to hit reset, and we're going to start over. We're going to start this process again. But I didn't hear anything different necessarily than what he's been saying since really he got elected. I mean, was there anything really new?
The economic plan is basically the same as the stimulus plan that was passed in 2009, with the exception of the small business components. And so I think you're seeing essentially a continuation of the economic plan, but the campaign's begun, and this is the campaign plan. And I think he's doing all he can. This economic problem may be too big for any president, but you have to try, and you have to move forward with the initiatives that you think are going to work.
The other thing I noticed was that there wasn't any kind of, he's almost doubling down on some of these big issues that Republicans seem unwilling to budge on, taxing high earners and trying to close the deficit through raising revenue as opposed to cutting spending. Is that a campaign plan too? Is he basically calling their bluff at this point with the voters?
The smart politics deal with the provisions that the Republicans can agree with, tax cuts and the like. And it's true that those items have been supported by both sides, but the Republicans have not supported the parts that he needs to pay for. And that's the tax on upper income earners, closing the tax loopholes for oil companies. So there's no consensus there. And so when we say that I've got all these items and they're all paid for, it's the "and they're all paid for" part that's not covered by both sides. And that's the real challenge, because it's hard to be in favor of expanding government, cutting taxes, and balancing the budget. And that's a tough trick, and he's trying to balance it with short-term provisions to stimulate the economy, longer-term provisions to kind of balance it out. But it's the savings part and the tax increases that are going to be difficult to get through, I think.
It's basically two bills that he's got to pass, right? He's got the provision plan.
Yeah, well, exactly. And he's actually asking the super committee to add more savings on to cover this. So it's good politics. And I think, the idea of appealing to common sense. I mean, basically what you heard today was, Washington's a mess, I want to get out of Washington, number one. Number two, I've got some really common sense solutions here. And number three, if you'll help me, we can get this done. That's just politics. That's good politics. And whether it's going to have a big impact on the economy remains to be seen, even if it is passed. And I think that's because the economy's in such bad shape. But I do think it's good politics, and it's a plan he can run on. And it's a plan that Democrats can support.
Thanks, Dan.